So, okay, thanks for joining. My name is Abhay. I have around 10 years of experience in Salesforce. Out of 4 is in Velocity. Okay, so in those 10 years, I worked for around 10 customers. And especially for Velocity, I have completed 3 to 4, actually 3, fourth is going on, 4 projects. Okay, so I will be going to through the sessions. Before we start, let's talk about the protocol. Whenever we join the session, I will open this bridge 10 minutes before. So you guys can join and do the check of your internet connection and all. Okay, so that is the basic that we follow. Also, apart from that, if you have any questions related to the previous sessions, this bridge is open. You can consume that time to ask any questions. Apart from that, if after completion of every module, you were asked to fill the Q&A. For example, if you have any questions, you can also put that in our LMS. The after the session, your LMS access will also be provided, and also the feedbacks. That is also important. Okay. Okay. Let's now talk about the today's agenda. Let's see. We will in this is the introductory session. I will talk about what is the velocity and how it is interacted with Salesforce. We will also see what is not velocity. Why I keep this topic because what I have observed in the previous classes, after 2 or 3 classes, people think the velocity is something else. So in this session, I will clarify all those doubts. Okay. Then we will discuss a business scenario. We will take a business scenario and see what are the challenges the current industries are facing and how Velocity basically try to help them and how it basically contribute in terms of the productivity. We will check all those things. Then we will check how what are the main components of Velocity, why this Velocity feature is become so trending in Salesforce. We will see. We will take a eye on it as well, like the basics, not in depth. We'll cover those depth knowledge when we start our normal classes. Then I will show you how you can create your developer org. And after then, we'll walk you through about the LMS. Okay. So let's talk about the first thing, which is as of now, just forget about just forget about Velocity, forget about Salesforce. Just bear with me and just follow this thing that I have written, which is the order process. Sorry. So see, for example, if you are a CEO of a company and you want to start your own company and your company wants to deal with the e-commerce platforms, like you have created your own e-commerce platform. So let's just think what are the process that you are requiring basic when the time you start your company. What are the things that you need? First of all, you need a platform where you can write your show your HTML parts or anything like the products. You need a platform where all those products are mentioned, right? First thing that you need is probably this. Second, you need some live users. Okay, those are the things that comes before the technical things start. So you need users, you need vendors, all those things. Just imagine you have them, and now you call your technical head in your team and you ask them, okay, I need such kind of platform. So what probably they will do? They will give you. They probably says, okay, boss, we can create that. But what we need first a place where we can arrange that UI. Correct. We need a place where I can, content my order details. Right. I need a place where I can, track who orders what. After that, I also need a place where my vendors who's providing those orders get notified. And after that, I want someone who actually go for the shipping. So that we can do. Just a second, I think someone joined. Yeah, so we need those things, right? So now let's think you have all those things. Your team created all those things for you. So what are the basic flows? First of all, you need a customer, right? After the customer places the order, they need order confirmation, like the payment successful or not. They maybe select online payment, they may select something called the COD or something, right? After then, once your payment is done, they will probably go and now search about the once the order is placed, the who's selling those product get the notification that they have received the order. Then they provide the shipping addresses, they provide contact to the local shipping vendors, they come and they pick the orders and then they deliver the order. After then user who ordered that will receive the shipment, and then based on that they will provide the feedbacks or they can ask for the service. So this is the basic flow of order management process. Like I said, your company who is going to build that, they basically start from the scratch. They will create the UI, they will take care about the order management, they will take care about the backend systems. Backend system as in the third party tools that is having the information about the vendors and the shipment. There is maybe some other company who's handling the shipment part. So in short, what I want to tell you, what the message that I want to convey you, all those things are not first thing that you have observed, they are not centralized. Correct, they are not in the one place, you have things there and there. Second thing, you also feel a need that whatever you're doing, isn't it feels like it's a common for all those business. For example, now the name change, maybe you are going to just think as a customer, if you want to order something, you can go for Flipkart, you can go for Amazon, you can go for eBay, and there are a number of sites. But all those business that they are doing, don't you think that the order of execution and the order of everything is same? Right, it is same, right? So now the set of people who are minded people, they created a flow for that. I mean, they created if you are a customer, for example, you are a CEO of the company, you ask your team to build such apps, so they don't need to do everything from scratch. They are already pre-built set of rules or set of flows that already there in the market. So you can just leverage all those things and customize it accordingly. This is about e-commerce, right? Apart from that, there are other industries as well. For example, the insurance industry, they also deal the same things, right? They have for insurance industries, they need customers. When they insure the customers, they need a medical checkup before insuring. Once they are insured, they probably do the claiming process. So the flow of business will always remain the same, but the brand will always going to change, right? Similar ways, Velocity comes into the picture. What they guys does is they guys created those flows, okay, and they ask customers to use them. That is how Velocity comes into the trend. And now like I was now again if you are a CEO and your manager told you, okay, we have something in build, and now think it's situation that this thing is already built on Bird's number one CRM, which is Salesforce. Now what will be your impression? You have everything, maybe your company is already using Salesforce, so all those things can be leveraged over Salesforce. Right. So this is what Velocity is doing. This is how this is how they became the trend, and this is how after acquiring Velocity, Salesforce is now in the market for e-commerce platform for the communication, the health industries where previously there was hardly any clients. So this is how things are handled. Now let's talk about what exactly Velocity. I have given you a background like what Velocity does and how they capture the market. But if I be more specific, what exactly Velocity is, so it is a managed package. First of all, it is nothing but it is a managed package. You need to install it before you use it, and you can install it by using App Exchange. Normally, how we do how install the other packages. So you just need to install it. It provide you industry specific needs. This word industry specific is the same thing that we have shown here. This is, for example, order industry. This is e-commerce industry. There are others as well. For example, you can use it for health industries, insurance industries, so many things, right? You can leverage all those in pre-built set of flows in your business. You just need to install it, and then you can do the customization on the top of it. Okay, it has you can do it with the help of very low coding. There is a coding involved, we will talk about it, but you easily drag and drop your tools, and you can easily go with that flow. So it is as simple as that. Okay, any questions as of now? It's a pretty basics, right? You if you know what is Velocity, you can relate these things with your business point of view. So this is how it is handling. Now see what are the main clouds that they have acquired. So before Salesforce acquire Velocity, they have these six main clouds. Okay, they are dealing with the communication, they are dealing with the entertainment media, Okay, they have the energy, insurance, health, and government. Those are the things that they are working. But now, if you go to the velocity.com, you will see they have now started building very specific industry solutions. They are around 20 to 25 industry solutions that they have released. In future, you will see the close integration between Salesforce Lightning and platform and this Velocity. As of now, they are relying on the others for designing part. But yeah, in future, maybe after two releases, you will see this whole different. We will talk about this anyways. So this is the main area where the Velocity is targeting, and most of us will concentrate on the communication. Okay, this is, I think, the mostly used platform. Okay, so this is about it. Now let me switch back to the website. I want to show you a demo of some of the clients that are already using. So see, this, yeah, we go to the home page. Yeah. So whatever you're seeing here, it is built over the Salesforce, and on the top of it, they are using Velocity. What the guys that does is they basically consume the design part and the back end from Salesforce, and they use the community and redirect this community to this URL. So in short, whatever you're seeing, it is coming from directly from Velocity. It's not just Velocity, there are other backend system as well, but yeah, most of them are Velocity. See, if I click here, uh, it will open something product. Okay, set of products. You can see all those are nothing but coming from your order product object in the native environment. Okay, when I click on it, yeah, once you click on it, you will see that there, whatever you're seeing in the Flipkarts and those Amazon big brands, now you can see all those things are coming into smaller groups as well, right? And since if I asked you to build this thing on Salesforce, you can imagine like what how many complexities you need to handle. If I talk about doing this with the help of Visual Force pages, Lightning, or anything, you can imagine like how much complex it will be. You need to create separate fields for all those things, and this is only for phone. For example, if in your website you are handling some other products as well, maybe washing machine, in that case how many fields you basically gonna create, because washing machine doesn't have a storage, right? It doesn't have the RAM, it doesn't have the 5G or 4G stuff, right? In that case, you need to use separate fields and create all those metadatas, and after that you will end up with a very complex solution, right? Which has so many coding involved, and once the coding is there in the picture, after certain time it need to optimization, and the optimization will again take so much time. So so just for reducing all those things, they come up with this approach. Okay, so they have provided this option where without the help of much coding, you can configure a platform like that, where you have the total number of, you can also like here if I go down, you can also with the help of CPQ, you can control what types of order you are going to make, how your discounting will work. If there is any season sale, for example, this Flipkart is always have some season sales, right? So you can also configure those things. And this whatever you're seeing here, they are coming with the centralized environment. There are other things as well. They are calling the APIs to get information from other platforms, but all the data part that is the core of any business, right? That data part, the centralized environment is the Salesforce. So all your management in terms of the order, in terms of the tracking, in terms of the discounting, they will always have on the same place. That's a separate thing. If you want to call something from APIs, you can anyhow do that. So this is the overall agenda of why the velocity is now a trend. There are other clients as well, like this one is also major customer. What they guys are doing, they guys are selling the same products. Now whatever you're seeing, it's called a flexi view flex card. Basically they are using, they have a set of different products and they are shown in the one page. So this is how it is working. Apart from that, the first client I can say is the Sky. open that and we'll talk about this. What this Sky is doing. This is the same in India. We have Tata Sky, but the Sky is a different company. Tata is a different company. They make a tie-up with, and yeah, this is how it is working. So see this, what Sky basically their market is, they deals with the content on demand kind of a structure. Like in this today's era where everyone want to see their own interesting stories on interesting movies, so they provide this option where you can buy the licenses, for example Netflix, Disney all together, and they provide you a set of box which which only deals for those purpose. You don't need any other connection and all. So that is their main agenda, and they use 100% velocity. Whatever you are seeing here, most of the part are coming from the velocity part only. They guys are the, I think, first customer. I will provide a link of the study materials, okay, in the LMS. You guys can refer it. But yeah, in whatever you're seeing is there, the main source is Salesforce. Whatever they have done, they really are the first customers. And Salesforce also, when they are launched the velocity, they refer this client itself. So yeah, that powerful Salesforce velocity is nowadays. You can also see they have the different customer plans, and whatever you're seeing is referring from those custom objects and standard objects of Salesforce. So this is how the industries are moving nowadays, and yeah, this is how the normal approaches are now changing. Previously Velocity, there was hardly any client in communication domain in Salesforce. Why? Because we all know, like if I talk about the current situation, in last 2 years we need to pay 250 rupees just to buy 1 GB of data, right? But now that the story is completely changed. So so imagine situation, if someone give you a requirement to build something and you quote it for 2 or 3 sprints, and once you deliver this project the entire industry got changed. You need other optimization. So in terms of the deliverability, everything is very slow. So velocity comes into the picture to make this thing more effective and more fast, in a way, fast developments and less coding. Okay, now let's talk about the velocity components, and what are those components that we actually going to cover in our further sessions. Those are not the entire component, but yeah, those are the main thing that we're going to cover. So anything, any app or any application that you have created, it has those three major areas, right? It need a front end which shows the UI, which is also called the UI engine. Second is the backend, which handles the logic, which handles the data, which also take care about the integration, calculation, and all those things. The third one is the development and deployment. Means if you have different environments where you can deploy those things. So those three things combined, and similar ways in Velocity as well, we have those three things. If we talk about the front end, we have those two things in Velocity. We have Flux cards and we have Omniscripts. Omniscript is not only for using the front end; they have other things as well. They also use they both are actually the entry point to call those uh, backend logics. Similar ways you can consider this is the skin. Okay, this is the skin. This is the brain, and this is something which get deployed once you have done your development into the local environments, local sandboxes, and then where you need to deploy it to production or any other QA or any other sanity environments, you need to use this IDX for the deployment purpose. We will talk in depth about the Omniscripts. We will talk in depth about the FlexiCards. We will talk about the data raptors and the integration procedures. Apart from that, we also have one thing which is called the calculation procedure. This is also covered in the backend, which is the service management layer of the Velocity. And then lastly, we will check how we can deploy our codes. IDX is not the only tool as of now. Yeah, it is mostly usable tool. I can see, I have seen in most of the projects I only use IDX, but yeah, this is not the only tool available in the market. We have others as well. We will also try to cover them as well. Okay. The next thing is that apart, okay, so those things that I have shown you, this is only for the UI and the backend purpose, but you can say why, when it is only about the UI, it is only about the gathering the information, why we should acquire Velocity. There are other components as well, right? So let's talk about what is not Velocity in now. So see, if your requirement is to provide a fancy skin, what I mean by that, if your requirement is to provide very cool UI for your company or for a product, then I don't think Velocity will be the good approach for you. There's a other component, there's other managed package in Salesforce itself. Let me quickly show you. Squid exchange. Name of the product is Squid. I think most of you is already aware about this, but let me tell you what this Squid does. It basically hijack your native environment. What I mean by that, if you open a account detail page, the native lightning or the classic view that you can see, it will hijack that, it will override this thing with the help of its own skin. So it is more, you can say, it's more in the UI part. It's not just the UI part, but yeah, whatever you're seeing in this first screen, whatever we have discussed here, it has the front end which provide the UI, it has the back end which provide the get the data and some of the integrations as well. So whatever we have discussed in these two blocks, you can easily do things with the help of this square. Okay, but why Velocity is important, why this comes into the picture, is because of this next slide, which is this. Apart from the skin, apart from the UI, apart from the skin, you also need tool which can handle your specific needs, right? For example, the order management steps, for product management stuff, to providing the arranging the steps to provide the discounts and all. So all those things are covered here. We will show a detailed review when we talk about that. Okay, so those templates, for example, templates is also something which comes into the UI part, but yeah, the major part here is that you can see is the a console that only handle your order management systems. And the good part here is, unlike the other tools that are available in the market, we can use the Velocity to consume the all the native stuff that Salesforce offer. You can use the native product object, all those product timelines, all those things you can use from the native Salesforce. Apart from that, Velocity has some own objects as well, but yeah, you don't need to take care about them. If you have data, you have already data in your organization, then yeah, you can go with that approach. We also have this EPC, which is again the very powerful tool. It's used to handle all those bundle related stuffs where you have, if for example you buy, you can see in Flipkart, there are deals going. For example, if you buy a phone, and with the same phone, if you buy a case, then they will provide the discounts on that. So those are the bundles basically. So we will talk about them as well. There's also a category kind of stuff where uh, let me open that, it will be more clear. If I go to the Amazon or Flipkart, so if I go to the electronics items, you can see there are categories, right? There are categories for mobile, there are categories of accessories, laptops. So all those things can be handled with the help of those components. And if I go to the mobile, for example, I have selected that, you can see there's separate specifications in terms of mobile. Like I was saying, there's a RAM involved, there's a screen involved, the battery involved. But in the same time, if I go to the televisions, or maybe for refrigerators, then, or air conditioners, the concept are changed. Now they are sold based on their capacities, which are in ton. They use to sell if they are inverter AC or they are non-inverter AC, based on that, right? So in what I want to convey here is, all those products, they are very specific to their labels, right? If you go for mobile, the entire component will change, all those fields, all those key areas will change. If you switch to the uh, if you switch to the different products, your all the key areas will again change. So to manage them without creating fields, you can easily do this with the help of VPC. Okay, they have provided you option for called attributes. You can consume that. We will talk about in detail when we reach to that point, but yeah, I'm just giving you a overview like why the velocity is now in the trend. Apart from the UI part and the backend logic, they have provided a specific modules or a specific place where you can configure your products only, and not just the product. You can also configure your CPQ in terms of the discounting part. Okay, the promotions, if you're doing any, if also there's a very wide area in CPQs as well. We will discuss all those things. Okay, so this is the basic idea, like how the velocity deals into the market. We will talk about the data raptors, but let me quickly show you the that screen as well. We will discuss this when we reach to that point. Let me switch to the classic. That is the velocity related. We will provide you the access of this org. In generally, Salesforce says they have the velocity enabled org, but what I have observed, they doesn't work 100% accurately. There's sometimes components are not loading or thing. So you can use this org. Okay, we will provide you this access. So see, I was talking about this dashboard. It has everything. You can control the product. You can also create the metadata related to that, pricings, and all those things you can control from this screen. We will talk about this when we reach to that point. Okay, I'm pausing at this technical end. Anyone have any questions? Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the discussion to how we can create the developer edition. Okay, for that you need to go to the trial ad. And here talk about the data raptors. Yeah, apart from that, we will also provide you this access, which is the community. So see, this time as of now, though Salesforce is working on it, all those concepts of like how we have in Salesforce, if you want to search anything related to Apex coding, we can go Google and do that stuff, so you can easily find. But things are not that easy in terms of velocity. They have a very close group where you can only do the search part, so that part is not there. But yeah, you can, with the help of this success.velocity.com, you can go and search for this. Okay, so this environment is that close. So all those questions and all you can directly put on the LMS. I will try to answer them. Okay, I will also add this link in LMS so you can directly go and create a org. Yep. So this is the place where you can create your Omnistudio enabled org. Okay, you can directly put your name and all, and you can sign up. Then it will ask for the username confirmation. Just confirm that, and yeah, you're good to go. It will expire in 180 days. So yeah, I will ask you how you can just a second. Yeah, we will discuss how you can use this for the other purpose, like after how 180 days when it get expired, how you can get the data and use this uh, for other orgs. Okay, so that is pretty much about it. Now I'm waiting for any questions, and after that we will discuss how we can use the LMS. Yeah. Any questions? Now let me talk you through what are the main topics that we will cover in this entire journey. So we will talk all about this. We will first start with the Omniscripts and FlexiCards, and then we will talk about the data raptors and the integration procedures. So see, this journey is not like a PPT based stuff. This will be a live examples time of journey. We will create a dummy requirement where we will try to cover whatever we have discussed, and we in the same like we I was showing, we will try to create something like this where the image, we will see how we can load the images, we can see how we can load, provide the discounting with the help of CPQ. So whatever we have shown in this website and this website as well, we will try to mimic that and create our own project. We will also see how we can use that in the external systems, for example the communities. We will also check if there is any API call, for example loading the product ID or product, if it is related to some backend tool, how we can get those information. So this will not be a PPT based journey, it will be a live demo kind of stuff. After the end of the course, you can expect, you can be expert on creating something like similar like that. Okay, so that is the main objective here. So let's talk about what are the topics that we will cover. We will first talk about the Omniscripts and the Flux cards. After that, we will take a look on the data raptors. There are different type of data raptors. We will take a look on them as well. We will then check about the integration procedures, and after that we will discuss about those topics like how we can do the order management, how we can configure those order management, and what are the CPQ related stuff we can do. Once we are done with that, we will use the IDX tools to deploy it to other environments. So that is how we are planning to do. Okay, there's some topics are also which is not listed. I have not listed them in here. We will also try to complete them as well. So the sequence and how this training will work, let me also give you an idea. We will start, it will be a weekdays training. So that means we will not do the trainings on weekends. Okay, it will be 1 hour sessions, and we will start on those topics. Like I was saying, I will start the bridge 10 minutes before, or I can also sometimes, if I'm busy or something, I will keep this bridge extended till your questions are not resolved. So in during this topic, during this 1 hour discussion, we will only focus on the topics that are covered, that are in the agenda. Okay, if you have any specific questions, the first thing is you can directly ask those questions into the during the class. Or for example, I can understand if I talk about this Omniscript, for example, and this is the first time when you are using this Omniscript, you don't have any question. That is probably normal. But once you go through the recordings, if you have any questions, and then you can ask those questions on the next day. We also have a console in LMS where you can post your questions. All of you who will join those classes, they have there in that community, so you can also do the discussions all together from yourself as well. Okay, you can also ask, and after that if your questions are not resolved, you can anyways come and ask those questions to us. Okay, so this is how the entire process will work. After then we also have like if I done with the Omniscript, for example, I will provide you a PDF or something that is having the interview related questions. Okay, you can go through that. It will be topic wise. I will also try to create some, like I was saying, we will create a requirement based structure. So whatever we have discussed, I suggest you to whatever discussion happened. For example, if I talk about the Omniscript, I told you how if you drag if you drag a field and integrate with the backend. So I was expecting this that you will do by your own, because from the next script we will use the same UI to enhance it. It's not like if I talk about Omniscript in the first day, I will not go to talk about it again. Okay, we will use it. We will make the process more complex so that we will cover all those topics in a good fashion. Okay, we will also, like I was saying, the agenda is to make a website like that, and not just the UI. We will not discuss more about the UI part. I will tell you why. UI is a separate thing, but yeah, I will discuss more about the those things, like how you can bind your logics from CPQ, how you bind your logics from the component builders, all those things. So those are the main key areas where we focus on. Okay, if you have any questions you can ask, or if you nothing, we can drop now. We will talk about this data raptors, but I think it will be too much if I discuss all those things in the first class. We will initially, after that we will discuss about those topics first, and I will provide you the access of the your orgs, and then we can start that. Okay, any questions? Okay, if no question we can drop. All right guys, thanks for joining. Have a good day. Bye.